So, in case you guys don't know or didn't hear, there has recently been an earthquake very close to where my college is. And because it's a residential college, obviously I was there at that time. So, after that, I realized I need some strong, and I mean strong, Luke Stephens therapy. Look at this hunk. Look at this hunk of a man. Anyways, I'm sorry. Totally not gay. Let's begin. I am crazy. Anyways, so on all seriousness, yes, an earthquake did happen, and yes, I was a little shaken. Haha. And now I am doing Assassin's Creed Mirage conspiracy theory, and I don't mean my, as in his video's name. I don't know what's been going on with Assassin's Creed Mirage lately. Something definitely it got delayed a couple of times, and there's also Ubisoft. So let's see what conspiracy theory this guy has, because as you know, if you're not okay, the best medicine is a conspiracy theory. A very good one.
This video is speculative nonsense. Okay, now that I have your attention,
it's up to you to decide whether that applies to just his video or my video as well.
This video is going to be full of speculative nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to come out and say it. I have a conspiracy theory as it relates to Assassin's Creed Mirage.
As do everyone.
Explain the whole.
I think I know what his conspiracy theory is going to be. I think his conspiracy theory is going to be that tinfoil hat wearing lizard people have made Assassin's Creed Mirage as a way to determine whether or not people are patient enough, and therefore they keep delaying the game again and again and again, and therefore they also announce Assassin's Creed Red beside it. Conspiracy theory proved.
Adults only debacle, the bizarre delays that we've seen, the fact.
You see why it's adults only, because you can't do experiments on kids. I'm sorry. This video is speculative nonsense. Remember that.
They're selling it as a collector's edition without us even seeing gameplay. All of these different pieces. I think I can explain it with a theory that ties together multiple things that Ubisoft has been doing in the background, sort of secretly, and then pretending that they're not doing because they're embarrassed about it because it didn't go so well. Kind of complicated, but I'm going to explain it to you. I just want to be clear that this is fundamentally a conspiracy theory. I don't have sources like backing this up. I'm putting pieces together. This is my hypothesis that explains the things we see. So take it or leave it, but I think it at least explains what we're seeing.
All right, Luke Daddy, tell me, man, if he sees this out of context, if anyone sees this out of context, that is going to be so wrong. Yeah, I'm making a joke. If that's not clear,
and of course, make sure to like the video and follow all of my socials that I have in the link tree in the description box below, so you can hear from me nonstop, incessantly about all sorts of gaming stuff.
Of
So
course.
what is Assassin's Creed Mirage? Well, it's the next Assassin's Creed title coming after Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
or as we like to call it, a DLC that ballooned into a game, kind of like Assassin's Creed Rogue. Because if you think that shit was anything other than a Black Flag DLC, I don't know what to tell you. Then it was also Unity DLC, was it not? Well, anyways, let's go
or
forward.
as I prefer to say it,
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Who is this guy? He keeps playing this over and over on his streams. Someone let me know.
it'll never get old, I swear. It'll never
It
get
won't.
old.
It will never
The
get
reason
old.
a lot
Trust
of
me.
people are really excited for this game is because it allegedly represents a return to form.
Or rather, like I like to call it, well, you old school Assassin's Creed fan. I don't know why I'm doing this accent, by the way. This makes no sense. I'm sorry if I'm being racist. Yes, you saw old school Assassin's Creed fan. I guess you saw. I guess I'm doing a Jar Jar Binks thing, because I guess Eve's chemo is Jar Jar Binks. Anyways, I need to get this joke out. Yusa want old games. Well, Visa give you this one game, and then Visa move on. Here, you dogs have his bone. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's supposed to be a return to basics,
Mm-hmm.
effectively. It's going to go back to social stealth, to
Mm-hmm.
where stealth in general
In
matters.
all
It's not
seriousness,
focused
though, how good can all these things really be, given that it was essentially a Valhalla DLC, and we know how parkour and social stealth is in Valhalla. The less talked about it, the better.
on being a big, brawly, open world RPG. It's not built around Viking melee combat. This is supposed to be a
Hmm.
good old fashioned Assassin's Creed game like the ones we got back in the early 20 teens and in the years before that, following Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed
Only
2,
20
and all of those
teens.
games that we know and love. This was, of course, rumored for a
Mm-hmm.
very, very long time, but once we
Mm.
actually found out what the game was about, that it followed the transformation of a defiant young man into a refined master assassin with a conflicted destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I'm in. It's
Transformation defined young man as a part of this journey. This will get more in one's interpretation of. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is what we want actually. Well, we want a Bayek sequel, but yeah,
sounds really cool. And little details like this, that they originally conceptualized Assassin's Creed Mirage as an Assassin's Creed Valhalla expansion, that
Assassin's
made some
Creed
people
Valhalla.
nervous. And while it initially
It still
made
makes
a
me
little
nervous.
that this
Trust
was going
me.
to be really small in scope, I actually am pretty sold on it now, because it means
Well, yeah, I guess I'm also sold on it. It's just that I'm still like burnt on Ubisoft. Why?
that they can focus on more niche ideas, because that's kind of what DLC are about. It's about doing something a little bit more narrow in focus than you would probably get away with doing in
Another
like
DLC as a
massive
DLC, of
AAA
course.
or in this case quadruple A release like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And from the moment they announced it with this cinematic trailer, I thought it looked really cool in concept. Though it's important to note, nothing we've seen is actual gameplay. As of the time of recording this video in the middle of March 2023, we still have not seen what this game actually looks and plays like, which is concerning. I mean, they're already selling the collector's edition of the game, including like a deluxe pack with skins and eagle skins and stuff themed around the Prince of Persia.
When are these guys going to acknowledge that the Prince of Persia exists proper and actually give us like that Prince of Persia remake that came out and then everybody forgot about? Like when I say came out, I mean the trailer came out. Oh god, that was traumatic, and it's weird for me to say because that was developed by an Indian studio, Ubisoft, namely Ubisoft Pune and Ubisoft uh, Mumbai. And oh god, this is a pet peeve of mine. Like I understand these are different like places, so you guys clearly don't know how we pronounce our names here. But oh my god, if I ever hear Ubisoft Poon again, or sorry, Ubisoft Pune again, I'm going to drown myself in a vat of acid and die painfully. Because oh god, it's Ubisoft Pune. Ah, god damn it. Sorry. But anyways, what's up with it? That like that thing got delayed into eternity as well. And since this is also something that fans want, kind of like Skull and well, people don't want Skull and Bones. My point being, this is something that fans want, so obviously this is also going to get delayed into hell. Sorry, not sorry, as it usually is with Ubisoft. Ubisoft, where we release bloated, uninspired. Hold on, someone is on my door. Where was I? Oh god. College life, everyone. It sucks, but you also miss it when you once you leave it. Anyways, Ubisoft, where we make bloated, boring, endless, grab content, and then we reel you, and then when you go away, we reel you in with the possibility of the tease of the hope of good game that you actually want, so that we can make you play the next Splinter Cell or something with millions of microtransactions. Does Splinter Cell have micro? No, I don't think Splinter Cell is microtransaction. Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna not Splinter Cell. Sorry, Splinter Cell is the good one. We can make it play the next I don't know, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Yeah, because that was also Tom Clancy, right? That's how like what we confuse with millions and millions of microtransactions. It's it really, when you start to think about it, the relationship between Ubisoft and its gamers is like more and more like an abusive relationship. Huh. I wonder if that is an anyway an intentional parallel that I'm trying to make.
franchise. It's really, really odd. And honestly, it's normally a bit of a red flag for somebody to sell a collector's edition before we've even seen gameplay. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. It could just be that they got this out, but it's not the craziest thing. I wouldn't think anything serious was going on if this is all that happened around the announcement. Like, okay, they released a cinematic trailer and then put out a collector's edition. It's not ideal, but it's not like the craziest thing. What is absolutely the craziest thing is that they seemingly made one of the biggest mistakes possible for a development studio or publisher to make in the immediate aftermath of a game announcement. They misrated the game. And so right after the announcement, people went on the Xbox
Wait,
store.
I'm not subscribed to this, man. What the hell? Yep. That's more like it.
To pre-order it, and they noticed something really peculiar, that it was rated adults only. And people also noticed that in the trailer that they showed off at the 15th anniversary,
Yeah, that was also adults only. Then they removed it and changes to 18 plus.
This Assassin's Creed Mirage trailer, people noticed this adults only, this big AO ESRB tag on the game.
I noticed
in
that
the trailer and also on the store page. And this caused a lot of people pause because this is not something you see very often. In fact, for those who are unaware, as reported here by good old The Gamer, there have only...
I don't trust the gamer, but like this is something that's clearly I'll stop.
been 33 games given the AO rating between 1993 and 2018, including like Manhunt, which has its own bizarre...
Hold. What's up with my desktop audio? Oh my god, hold on. This happened last time. How did I miss it? Oh my god.
Story. Outlast 2, which I describe as...
Okay. Well, we didn't miss much of it, did we? Yeah, I can go retroactively and like edit in the sound at least for this much. Anyways, let's get into
not something you see very often. In fact, for those who are unaware, as reported here by good old The Gamer, there have only been 33 games given the AO rating between 1993
thank goodness
and 2018, including
now I want to see
Manhunt,
if my main recording is going. Of course it's going.
Bizarre Story. Outlast 2, which I describe as a game where they just like as a studio wrote down the most horrific things they could think of on pieces of paper, put them in a hat, and they just took the whole hat and started picking things out. They just dumped the hat down and said, okay, that's the game.
He used a hat. I used a more gross analogy because I thought it was appropriate, but yeah.
Kind of tough to play, honestly. And Agony, which I'm sure needs no introduction if you've been following horror games or anything like that recently.
What is Outlast 2 though? Hold on. Wait, I need to search. So I've heard this name before. Am I glad I watched that? Let's continue.
Probably also deserved a pretty stiff rating. But if you want to know why something is rated adults only, you don't have to look any further than the official ESRB website, where you can actually go and see what constitutes each individual rating. So E for everyone, generally suitable for all ages, may contain minimal cartoon, fantasy, or mild violence, and or infrequent use of mild language.
Basically, that's the Toy Story 3s, I think. Not Toy Story 3, I think that's E for everyone. But basically kiddie games.
And you can start going through these and see...
E for everyone. Okay. That was E for everyone. I'm saying E10 plus.
Okay, this is their standards. Okay, makes sense. But if you go over to adults only, you can see how they define it. Adults only is rated this way for a myriad of things that will probably get this video flagged if I say them out loud.
Yes, I'm not going to say it out loud either.
But the final element that can get a game awarded an AO rating is gambling with real currency. And on that Xbox rating page, you could see they described why it was rated adults only on that store. It had intense violence, blood and gore, sexual themes, personal nudity, and real gambling.
Yeah, so intense violence, blood and gore, sexual themes, partial nudity, all of them can uh, drop you into the mature 17 plus category. Real gambling though, that's something else.
Now, to
Exactly,
be clear, if
my
you go
reaction
to
exactly.
the Xbox Store page right now, you will not see this. They actually went back, they took the rating of AO away, and now it's given an RP, which stands for rating pending, meaning it's not officially been rated yet. And they also note that it will likely be rated M for mature 17 plus, because that's what pretty much every other Assassin's Creed game recently has been rated. Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, as some people like to say, came out after the fact and had a spokeswoman say, nope, this was in fact an issue. This wasn't legitimate. We made a mistake. And what
I get the other things, like the other things that you can be rated for. Look, I'm trying to get around saying those things, the other things that rate you adults only. But like, I get if the other things were in the game. I understand that. But real gambling, how did that get on there? Like, that's like that's not a mistake you do. It's like slipped and fell into gambling, I guess. Well, I guess that could happen if you just slip in front of a gambling bar or something, or a casino.
they said was, quote, while Assassin's Creed Mirage is still pending rating, Ubisoft wants to reassure players that no real gambling or loot boxes. What jumps out to me is the fact that they say real gambling. So they allow fake gambling, which, you know, it could just be that there's like, you know, the equivalent of like blackjack in Red Dead 2, where it's like, I guess it's gambling, but it's in the game. It's not like with real money.
Yeah, it's not real gambling. Yeah,
so it's something that only exists in the game, so it's not quite the same thing. It struck me as a little odd. Like, this no real gambling qualifier stuck out like a sore thumb. It was very strange to me, and it got the wheels turning as to what might be going on.
I think, like, I don't know, maybe he's going a little too far with this, as all conspiracy theorists do and should. Thank you. You provide me with endless entertainment, and you're the one that keeps me alive. Conspiracy theories, please never stop. He's not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying, whenever you're making a conspiracy theory. So what I'm saying is, maybe they are just going it by like, they're just saying that, oh, that tag was wrong, and because the tag was real gambling, like, maybe that's the extent of it. Maybe, I don't know, could be. Let's see what evidence he
So
gives.
okay, real
Evidence.
quick, honesty time, not BSing or pretending like this is anything it isn't. This is where we get into the speculation area. I'm not pretending as though this is confirmed fact, but what I'm about to show you, I think, explains everything surrounding AC Mirage very concisely and accurately. But you should take this with a massive grain of salt. This is by no means confirmed that this is why all of this stuff happened, but I think it explains all of it very, very nicely. And it also potentially leaves players more hopeful than they otherwise would have been. So I want to be clear, this is not confirmed, but
This is the largest grain of salt that I have. Please kill me.
I want to show you something. Okay,
Anyways.
so we've all heard of NFTs, right? Non-fungible tokens. It's a digital item that can be used for all sorts of different things, whether protecting artwork or creating really lazy and uninspired video games. And it's something that every major corporation...
I like how he just glossed over the lazy and uninspired video games part. I guess what you're. I see what you're doing, Luke Stephens.
has expressed some real interest in, probably because they've had people approach them and say, hey, this is basically the next Bitcoin. I know you're bummed that you miss out on Bitcoin, so maybe we should put something together in the form of these NFTs and we'll make tons and tons of money. And then these corporate executives looking for a quick buck are like, oh yeah, sure, let's do that. That sounds awesome. Web 3, that sounds sexy. That's gotta be better than Web 2. Let's do it.
Web 2, was that a disaster? I mean, I said disaster. It was fun though. I don't know how many people created all those like little interconnected web thingies. God damn. Anyways,
And Ubisoft is no exception. They have built Ubisoft Quartz, which is a program you might not have heard about before. I've talked about it at length over on my live streams. I've brought this up in a couple of other Assassin's Creed.
I don't get what the f is the point of Ubisoft Quartz. Like, what were they going to sell as NFTs? Like, what? Guns? Artwork? First of all, I don't even get what the hell NFTs are. Like, sorry, boomer moment here, but I don't get what NFTs are. Like, I get that there's something to do with Bitcoin and fun, fun bungee jumping, fungibility. But what the fuck is an NFT? Like, uh, I guess you can sell like artworks with number codes, and like if you copy the code changes or something, I guess. And so like the real one can be differentiated from the old one, but like what if so it's essentially it's like the real world analog of it would be like a photograph of a painting is not as valuable as the painting. So like if the code changed, it would be not as valuable, but like the fact that the photograph of a painting is not as valuable as a painting is something for you to decide, right? So how is it going to protect art? I guess you can like you can trace it back to the original creator. Um like if unless that is there, I don't see the point of an NFT. I don't know. Let's continue, I guess.
Focused videos recently. And because I think it's very important to call this out, because NFTs, every time they've been pitched as an inclusion in video games or as a new feature for video games, it sounds eerily like a Ponzi scheme, like heavily like a Ponzi scheme. Like it only
I mean, that is one thing we can agree on. Even though I don't get NFTs, they sound like a Ponzi scheme. Exactly.
generates wealth and money for people if more and more money floods in. So there always has to be a bigger sucker, but it's also mixed in with like a pyramid scheme, because the people that originally create the original assets are going to get all the money from it trickling down. It's really, really slimy, and it seems very, very suspicious. So I think it's good to call this out and just be upfront with it. And this Ubisoft Quartz program is exactly what you would expect. It's NFTs, but in Ubisoft games.
I just realized something. Someone once used this used this argument that NFTs could be used in a way to make people own games again, and even like that doesn't require NFTs, but yeah, you could do it. A, ga- a game's a pyramid scheme. Because physical copies, right? You buy them at full price, and then like when you sell it off, it's at a lower price, right? So you know, I mean, I guess you can't sell it to multiple people, right? I guess so the pyramid doesn't form. But you can see like how as well, I guess in that sense everything is a pyramid scheme. I've been broken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going through some shit, okay? And like this is just like breaking my mind big time. Like, what is Ubisoft up to these days? Anyways, so um, yeah, it's like anything which you can sell secondhand is a pyramid scheme. Because like the original person sells it, and then the person below it gets it at a lower price, and then it like keeps going, right? So the like money. Oh God, what have I done? I mean, yes, the pyramid doesn't form. Like, it would be a pyramid scheme if you could like sell it to multiple people. Um, so like you could like make back your money. Yeah, I'm sorry, my brain is broken.
games. I mean, everything from skins for pants and guns and masks, everything could be built into
Ah,
Ubisoft
yes,
Quartz. And
a pant NFT. you know, um, uh, there's this account, which I think that the account is some dino related account on Instagram, and like they clearly that they didn't like NFTs, and so they like um made this thing in their bio saying these are the only NFTs we'll sell, and it's like literally a T-shirt with NFT written on. Yeah, like when he says NFT pants, that's what I NFT pants. I am in a university. I'm about to complete my master's degree. I can do better than this. Anyways.
and then they could allow you to sell those assets to other players on a marketplace that they've built, so they get a cut of every time that trades hands, which in theory they think can just print money, even though when they last implemented this in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, it
If you can print money, you will cause inflation. Sorry, not sorry.
didn't go too hot. Also, before I leave this webpage, I just want you to take note of this space right here. We're going to come back to it later. Because
I guess they wanted to implement it again because of just like hyper amounts of copium. Just like, yeah, bro, it didn't work this time. This time it will be it will be working, bro. We will make it like perfect and it will work perfectly. Bam, adults only rating.
because I think that this is more important than you might realize. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
announced Ubisoft Quartz to everybody, and it didn't go too hot. As you can see down here, 600
a new experience. Hold on.
Ubisoft Quartz to everybody, and it
Be unique. Why? By the time I'm pausing it,
More
everything is
important
just
than you
going
might
off.
realize.
Can't you just
So they-
be a little stable, Ubisoft? Be unique. Control play. Control. Something that Ubisoft very much likes.
announced Ubisoft Quartz to everybody, and it didn't go too hot.
Is a new experience. That you are definitely right.
As you can see down here, 668 likes. It's a lot of likes. 15,000 dislikes.
How are you showing me the dislikes? Like, is this like one? Like, I know this video came out yesterday. So how does he see dislikes? Okay then. Yeah.
15,000.
Ratioed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what's the math on this? What's the ratio?
How
on
is he
this? This
seeing
not good.
dislikes?
It's bad. And I mean, you can see
This
the
must
whole
be
thing
a
is
this must be a video he filmed a lot earlier, I guess.
pitched as digits, which are just NFTs. They'll allow you to complete, what was it? Allow you to complete your missions in style, whatever the hell that means. Have you noticed these NFT projects? They never actually describe anything other than that.
Because if they actually describe anything other than the most superficial of terms, you will just look at it and you will realize, it's a pyramid scheme. Why am I laughing so much? It's just so funny, man. These guys. What do these executives what are these executives high on? Probably some shit I've never even heard of. I wouldn't even say I want that. Like, I guess I could use it like in a college life, but like, no. God damn it.
They're skins, but they're skins that are like, I guess, unique, and that makes them cooler than skins that aren't unique. It's really, really odd because there's never a clear value proposed to the player that they can't get with just normal skins. You like your player character looking really cool? Okay, just use regular.
Yeah, if you can't tell, my throat is not okay. Um, that was a cough drop. Yeah, like, come on, Luke, don't say like that. Like, it's so much more value. You can see a number on your forehead on a character who you barely look at, other than your towards their butt. Like, because you're playing, you're looking like backward. That sounds so weird. Um, yeah, Luke, there is value to this. It's NVG4AR. It's like sounds like a fucking Star Wars droid or something. With the numbers and all.
Regular skins. Why do I have to have NFTs tied into it? Like, I get it. You're saying maybe then they'll be more valuable or not, but that only works if there's a bigger sucker willing to pay for that. You don't get to just say that this skin is worth $10,000 or $100,000 or $1 million. It's only worth that if somebody's willing to pay for it. And you don't get to pay for these skins with other skins, because that's not how this works. You have to pay for it with real money. So you're relying on just really wealthy people being willing to just throw money at stuff and then
Exactly.
just burn the cash. And that sort of worked initially with NFTs because people thought maybe this will work. So they speculated and threw money at it. And then when it lost all the money, they were like, oh, well, crap. Okay, never mind. And now none of that money's flowing. And this is not just me speculating that it's not working and the market isn't flowing. There was actually a study and research done by Ars Technica right here in an article they did.
Ars Technica. That's a weird name. Anyways.
About Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And as you can see here, players who managed to snag a free Digits NFT could sell the unique in-game item on two specific partner NFT websites, Object and Rarible. But the second-hand market for the in-game items wasn't exactly robust. In the nearly 120 days since Ubisoft first rolled out Digits, or the Ubisoft Quartz system, and Ars analysis shows that just 96 successful sales from among the thousands of Digits minted by Ubisoft. 96 out of thousands. Now, I would say this is still pretty pathetic because, I mean, there's 96 people who spent money on this stuff, which is just devastating. I mean, we're failing as people, as humans. But as you can see here, interestingly, Object seemed to have quietly halted trading on all Ubisoft Digits months ago without notice from the outside world. Again, because nobody really gave a crap at all. The last 26 total Digit sales on Object, a pair of wolf-enhanced pants that sold for 10 T's.
What are these things? Why are these things called? What the fuck is a wolf-enhanced pant? Why pants? Why not anything else? Like, I know RPG gear, but the fact that you can buy these things with real money, it's like, yeah, bro, I got myself some those sick wolf-enhanced pants. Say that out loud and like make me believe that everyone's not thinking you're a degenerate. I'm pretty sure my neighbors are thinking I'm a degenerate. This wall is not very thick. Oh God.
Which is the equivalent of roughly $39 was recorded on February 5th. I want to know who this guy is so I can tease him. I mean, imagine being the one guy that paid $39 for a pair of digital pants for a game that's And then you see this in an article.
I would not be surprised if that guy was a Ubisoft employee.
And you just kind of sink into your chair like, oh God, they found out. Don't tell my wife. What a sucker. And I know some people are going to be like, Luke, you shouldn't revel in somebody's misfortune of having their money wasted.
Let's continue.
But here's the thing. I don't think you have a right to be stupid. I don't think you have a right to take all the information in where you could make an informed decision to not waste your money, and then you still do the stupid thing and waste your money. Like, if somebody explains to you clearly, hey, a 15-year car loan at 20% interest is a horrible deal, and if you do that, you'll end up paying 15 times what the car is worth. If somebody explains that to you, and then you go, I don't care, I'm going to do it anyways, and you still do it, I don't feel bad for you.
I always said this. Even though I've never said it here before, you put your head in a wood chipper, you're responsible for it. I don't feel bad for you if you die. God damn.
You made a stupid decision, and I don't think you have a right to be stupid. Being stupid is a privilege, okay? And if you're
Yeah.
gonna be stupid, I get to tease you. Them's the rules.
I don't think he's at all speaking about one person in particular. I totally think he's speaking in general terms, and definitely he's never encountered such people before. Huh, Luke? Be honest with me, man.
I don't make the rules, I just make them up and then enforce them. But all told, it
Exactly.
seems that Ubisoft
Thank
has
you.
just completely backed out of this whole thing. They are not really interested in it. They're not updating players on how exactly they can sell quartz or digits, I guess is what they call them, that they've already acquired. Nobody responds to comment when asked about it. It's really, really strange. And all told, it just seems like Ubisoft is trying to walk away largely from this because it's been a huge failure. They spend millions developing this tech,
Yeah.
and now nobody's interested in it at all. It's really, really strange.
Ubisoft is starting to sound more and more like a college student. Like, you know, like a PhD student rather. They spend like so much money on this one research project and it just turns out it's a dud. They gotta start all over again. Now you're broke, have no money, and you still don't have a college degree. God damn, I'm definitely not talking about my life. Well, I'm not because I'm not a PhD student, but sad life.
But what does this have to do with Assassin's Creed Mirage? Well, I think that Ghost Recon Breakpoint represented the first whack at Ubisoft Quartz and the NFT game. I think they had planned for another game to come in and be the 1-2 smack to launch their NFT platform and hopefully make a ton of money for them, right? And that's why I asked you to remember this webpage that we looked at earlier. You notice how this is weirdly like stilted and off to the side?
Yup.
It seems like there's an outline for what was supposed to be
Another
button,
game.
another little tab of a game that was going to be featured on this website as an example of their Ubisoft Quartz NFTs. So it seems like there's just something missing. Why is this outline here if it's not used for anything? Like, why not just make this banner fill the whole space? It really seems like something's missing here. Like there's another game that was supposed to take its place.
It is.
Even up to middle to late 2022, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot was saying that this was going to be the first step. They looked at Ghost Recon Breakpoint as the first step towards developing a true metaverse, whatever the hell that means.
A metaverse is a cartoonish looking place made by a deranged lunatic who doesn't know how to program legs and wants everyone to work in it. Sorry, not sorry.
And that they were still interested in NFTs and that they were in the research phase. Again, whatever that means. The point is, it really looked as though Ubisoft was still heavily interested in NFTs and trying to get them implemented into a game in a way that would generate revenue so that they could make back some of the losses. And here's my theory. I think that Ubisoft intended for Assassin's Creed Mirage to take this secondary place on the website, especially because they built this website around that time. They were going to have Ghost Recon Breakpoint and then soon after announce AC Mirage and put that right in this slot right here, and they would be the two games that launched the NFT platform. I think they probably had a system where you could actually go on, get skins for Basim or for the eagle that you can fly around and look with, or
Oh,
horse,
God.
whatever else.
Oh no. Luke, you've broken me. God damn it. An eagle NFT.
outfits, weapon skins, what have you, and that they were going to have a marketplace where maybe you could play like an in-game gambling thing with dice and then trade those with other players, or maybe it was just a thing where you could have a marketplace where you could.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if they release this anyway as a part of their Assassin's Creed Infinity game hub, and like the game lead into that Assassin's Creed. I don't know. Will that still market as adults only? I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. Let's continue.
Trade an NFT or pay actual money to get like a collection of NFTs that you could then sell to other players. I think they had a marketplace in here for these digits, which are just NFTs that can be sold and bought for real money. And then I think when the ESRB started looking at the game's mechanics to rate it for this trailer, they looked at it and said, listen, it's real gambling because you are gambling with something, these digits that are directly swappable with real currency. So you're just one step removed from real currency to try and make it not gambling. But how is that any different than a casino where you go and trade real money for poker chips and then play poker? It's the same exact thing, just instead of chips, we have digits. It's the same thing. So I built a little timeline to hopefully explain this in a little more clarity and make it a little more visual for you.
All right.
Originally, based on what we know right now, the game was conceptualized
Not that we need it, but I appreciate it.
as a DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm estimating that this probably was done back in around November of 2021, because in this article by Jason Schreier on Bloomberg, dated February 9th of 2022, the game was originally planned as an expansion for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but morphed into a full game late last year. Late last year being at this time late 2021. And the game's director did an interview where they described how the idea of AC Mirage being a Valhalla DLC only lived for a few weeks, and only on paper, in fact. Quite early, they decided to become or make it a standalone game with a full new character because they saw the potential of such a return to roots. It was all pretty quick. So they're saying it only lasted a few weeks from when they conceptualized it to when it became a standalone game. Jason Schreier reports that.
So, okay, that makes sense. So then it can have a pretty different parkour system to Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
That was sometime late 2021. So that tells us the game started development in late 2021, probably around November. And so if we put November 1st as the date that they potentially started thinking about this as a DLC, then we go forward a few weeks. We say they roughly entered development around December. Then we can scoot forward, and you see we come all the way to 2022. Now what we know is they announced the game on September 10th of 2022. What I'm guessing happened, again, pure speculation, is that they came in and they said, okay, well, we're going to take the trailer to the ESRB, get it rated. They made the trailer and it got rated as adults only because of the NFT marketplace, which constituted real gambling. So the marketing team was like, okay, well, that's the rating. So they made the trailer, rendered it out with the adults only rating, and sent the information to the Xbox store to have the pre-orders all prepped for the launch with that adults only rating, because that's the information they had at that time. At some point after that, maybe in the weeks following, they decided to strip out all of the NFT elements, or at the very least the elements that would make the game constitute real gambling.
So,
and they just
what you're saying is Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I'm definitely mispronouncing that on purpose, can still have NFTs long as it's not gambling. Woohoo.
decided, okay, we're just going to strip it because we can't release this as adults only for real gambling, especially after how badly Ghost Recon Breakpoint was received and how terribly that NFT launch went.
Yeah.
So they decided to strip it out and render the new trailer with it rating pending, because those elements would no longer be in the game. However, somebody made a big ol' oopsie and forgot to communicate to the Xbox store that the rating had changed from adults only to rating pending, and that they needed to use this second trailer because the second trailer was identical to the first trailer, the only exception being the small square rating box at the end of it. So they did this whole presentation where they revealed the game, and they accidentally...
It's a easy mistake anyone can make, right? When you mistakenly open the browser with all the porn tabs And don't not the one where you intend to show your girlfriend some nice music. Yeah, definitely never happened to me. I don't have a girlfriend.
Used the first trailer that had the adults only rating, and the Xbox store page left the adults only rating up until it was realized, at which point they pulled a 180, put up the rating pending trailer instead. They cut out the adults only rating in the live stream and then issued an update where they said, nope, it was a big oopsie. We didn't mean to do this. It was a total accident. And so this last minute decision to strip out the NFT elements is why we have this empty space on the Ubisoft Quartz website for their NFT program. Because it was supposed to be here, and then at some point they decided, listen, we can't launch an Assassin's Creed game adults only. We just can't do it. We'll be mocked into oblivion. Let's just cut it. Okay, we'll just do it. We'll take our losses on the NFT stuff and just move on. That's why this is empty, and that's why this was rated adults only on the Xbox store page. It explains all of it. It still requires one big oopsie where the marketing department didn't communicate that there had been a change. But I think that's probably due to the fact that the change to strip out all of the NFT elements was a gameplay change. It wasn't necessarily a marketing change. So it's reasonable to me to suspect that maybe an email wasn't sent to the marketing director that, hey, we need to change this, swap it out. I grant you it's a bit of a stretch, but in my mind, it's much less of a stretch for one email to be forgotten than that Xbox employees just like pranked AC Mirage and put adults only as the rating, constituting real gambling, while all of this other stuff coincidentally is going on at the same time with their NFT program. And that also in the live stream announcement of Assassin's Creed Mirage, they also accidentally rendered in an adults only rating tag on it. At the same time, they're pranked by an Xbox employee doing the same thing. Like
that's
requires so many leaps of faith to believe that this is just a series of unfortunate events.
Maybe that's what's the point of all of this is. It's a leap of faith. If you can't see, humanity has left my eyes. God damn.
And I think it makes a heck of a lot more sense to say that, no, this was probably an experiment in NFTs gone wrong. And now they're pulling out of it, trying to strip those elements, which is why the game seemingly has been delayed a couple of times, pushing it later and later into 2023 as they remove those elements, polish the game up, and get it ready for reveal. But once again, this is all just speculative nonsense, okay? Like, I don't have anything to really back all of this up. This is just my conspiracy theory to justify and explain why a game as big as an Assassin's Creed title was rated adults only, seemingly out of nowhere, and then quickly walked back, and why the game then was delayed repeatedly, seemingly. And I think it puts all the pieces together, in my humble opinion. But listen, I'm sure there's a lot of evidence that points against this theory. Possibly. I haven't really been able to find it. I know they've said publicly that, yeah, we just made a mistake and put it as adults only. To me, I don't think that that's an adequate explanation. I think that we should probably be told a little bit more of what's going on. But you know what? Maybe I'm just greedy with information. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. Am I stretching a little bit, or do you think that this actually might explain what's going on? What I will say is, if this is in fact what happened, I actually think this is a really good thing for...
It is a good thing ultimately, because the reason EA Battlefront today is the game that it is today, and which, by the way, EA Battlefront, it's amazing right now. Battlefront 2, I mean. And the reason it's amazing right now, it's because they did all that loot box shenanigans, the nonsense. They were put through the grinder for it, and they immediately realized, we effed up, we need to fix things. And the game was all the better for it. So I think, like, it would be ideal if these guys just didn't do all this dumb fuckery to begin with, but ultimately they're in it for the business, and they're trying to try and earn money. And if someone or something tells them that, hey, there's this new way to earn money, obviously they're going to try it, as much as I hate it. It's not a justification, obviously. But I think they need these little jolts of shock every now and then to remind them that we are not ATM machines. We are real human people with real human lives, and and you need to treat us as such. Anyways,
for Assassin's Creed Mirage and for the future of this franchise, because for one, it shows potentially that they're walking back all of the NFT stuff, which I consider to be a win, because again, I have never heard anybody make an argument as to why NFT should be included in games that is anything other than, oh, you'll get rich, which to me is very deceptive, because the only way you'll get rich with NFTs is if there's a bigger sucker willing to lose their money. So I think that there's
it's the ultimate what do you call it? It's the ultimate money sucking move. The ultimate asshole dick move. It's just yeah. I am suffering from money problems. I'm gonna make someone else suffer from money problems, and it's all right because I'm giving them this gun skin.
no reason to really include NFTs in these games. There's never been anything that's been described to me that's convincing. But furthermore, I think it also represents an opportunity for the team to polish and refine the game even further. And what we've seen about Assassin's Creed Mirage is actually pretty comforting and is interesting to me. For example, they've said that there's not going to be any present day gameplay or playable missions in Assassin's Creed Mirage because they wanted to focus on the story of Basim and when he was in Baghdad in the 9th century. That to me, really interesting. I always find the modern day segment.
I just want to say the ad, like he's talking about Assassin's Creed Mirage and this like all these things about regarding NFTs and stuff, and there's just an ad running on the top of the screen regarding superior HIV protection. Oh God, what is this? Why is life like this? I guess it's worth living because it's so random.
In Assassin's Creed kind of pace killers. They just take a game that's clipping along and then all of a sudden cause it to come to a screeching halt. So I'm interested in that. They've also said, of course, that they're taking a ton of inspiration from Assassin's Creed.
Hold on.
So I'm interested in that. They've also...
This thing, why does this look painted on? Like, I never... I've played Unity. I never noticed this sign. It looks really nice though, for all its things. Man, this game was beautiful when it came out. Not when it came out, sorry. Man, this game was beautiful. Not when it came out though. I mean, unless you consider facelessness to be a beauty standard, which is very weird, but yeah. I'm moving on.
said, of course, that they're taking a ton of inspiration from Assassin's Creed Unity, which is awesome. That's one of my favorite and most underrated games in the franchise. Don't get me wrong, it's underrated for very good reason because it was a broken pile of steaming horse garbage at launch. So I think it's justified, don't get me wrong. But I'm glad to see that they're taking inspiration from Unity. And one of the other things they said they took as inspiration that I've heard nobody mention is from this interview with the game's director, where they said that they took a lot of inspiration specifically from Unity's crowd systems, which if you didn't play AC Unity, all you need to know is that Unity featured some of the densest crowd tech in any Assassin's Creed.
If they can actually implement that, I will be the happiest person on this entire planet. Like, please give us stealth.
Game ever. I think the densest crowd tech ever. Granted, it was a little bit broken, but they're taking that as inspiration, hopefully to do it right.
Even if the crowd tech is as broken as in Unity, like their character models constantly changing and all of these things, like pop-ins and stuff happening. I don't really care. Like, just make the rat system from Plague Tale Innocence. Like a Plague Tale Innocence stealth game. It plays like an Assassin's Creed. Sometimes, like you have to sneak around and shit. Yeah, just like take the rat system, and just like develop that. Yes, I am saying that NPCs are rats. Fight me. I'm kidding. Okay. The real Lucky Poo. Oh God. Wow. And he's a recruit.
Time have masses of hundreds or even thousands of people in a large town square that you can navigate through using social stealth mechanics, hunting down assassination targets. That stuff is awesome, and I'm super glad to hear that it's coming to the game. I think that's great. And perhaps most excitingly, it's also coming to Amazon Luna, their cloud streaming service, right? That's okay. I don't give a crap.
What?
Amazon
Wait,
Luna.
I was
Also hear that it's coming to
Hold on. I was checking my WhatsApp messages. Hold.
the game. I think that's great. And perhaps most excitingly, it's also coming to Amazon Luna, their cloud streaming service, right? That's
Oh God. Another one of those.
Amazon
Another
Luna.
one of those.
I don't
Of
know,
course.
maybe it works great. I have no idea. I've never used it. Apparently Ubisoft's got a great relationship with them. They're all over the place.
Oh, of
I would
course they
personally
have.
prefer xCloud, but you know what? Maybe Luna's also great.
These
I have no
guys-
idea. But anyway, I want to hear your thoughts on all this. I really hope AC Mirage
Two money-hungry companies owned by two of the most money-hungry people having a good relationship with each other so they can suck money from us collectively. Woohoo.
ends up being great, a return to form, and I hope it's the start of a fantastic series of AC games.
I'm with you,
I'm
Luke.
skeptical. Shocker, right? I mean,
Yeah,
crap all
same.
the time for putting skeptical in all my video titles, but it's because I am just naturally skeptical, so I figured why not embrace it. And in this case, I'm
I don't think Luke Stevens is skeptical. I think he's a bit more than skeptical. I think he's a little bit burnt. I always find the funniest places to pause the video on. Goddamn. But yeah, I think he's a little bit burnt. I think he even like self-reported it once when he was going through certain things about Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not talking about the Dark Arts Battle Arena thing. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, I don't remember the exact thing, but he said something relating to Cyberpunk 2077 in the stream with Retro Rakanto. God, I hope I pronounced that right. Yeah, so I think he accepted that to an extent. But on the whole, I think this guy is he does skepticism very well. Sometimes a little overboard, but mostly he does it well. Except for Hogwarts Legacy.
very skeptical of Ubisoft in general, especially with all of the stuff they've done recently. The fact Yves Guillemot is still CEO is just cringe-inducing to me. But you know what? We're making the most of it, and
Yeah,
I
remember Ubisoft. Remember Iskimo's statement about yes, employees who I exploit every day so that I can fill my pockets. The ball's in your court now. We haven't been performing well. Work your asses off. If you have been working till death, then become a ghost and work again. Become fucking Professor Binns. Work for me. Fill my pockets. Damn it.
that AC Mirage is the first step of many steps moving forward that are awesome, and we're gonna get games that are great. That's
Hopefully.
what I hope.
Because
Might not
even
be the case, but I'm hopeful. What I am
I like that expression. Oh God. Well, even the good Assassin's Creeds were like, I say good, but like there were still some issues with like misinterpretation of inputs and stuff. But like the good Assassin's Creeds, even they were like under Yves Guillemot, right? It was the same CEO at that time. Well, at least the Guillemot family has owned Ubiquitous Software. Yeah, that's the full name of Ubisoft. It was originally called Ubiquitous Software. They have owned this company like since its conception. The Guillemot family like owns it. So even if Yves Guillemot wasn't there, like it's the same family in control. Do you think that's gonna let this one little punk burn the company, their prized company, to the ground? Like, if he's burning it to the ground, it's a safe bet to assume that pretty much everyone in the family is just as much of a moronic spastic as that guy. We shall see.
am also hopeful of is that you didn't pre-order the game yet, because we haven't seen gameplay, and in my view, pre-ordering
Your hope has been shattered. That's all I'll say.
a game before you've seen gameplay is just irresponsible. So if you did that, maybe
Thank you, Luke.
cancel your pre-order and then wait until we've actually seen the game, and
I'm not going to cancel my pre-order. Sorry.
then move on from there. I mean, you guys know me. I love spending money
Because once I've done it, it's gone. It's in the past. Now I kind of want to play it like I made my mind about it. So, yeah.
frivolously. I mean, I have the freaking Lego Titanic and Pyramid of Giza. Like, this is something no adult 25-year-old with a kid needs. In a
Well, I guess we are going to see in the future a lot more adult 25-year-old with kids buy a lot more Lego shit. We shall see.
his life. So the fact that I'm telling you I think it's financially irresponsible to pre-order something should tell you a lot. But okay,
Yeah.
that's going to do it for me. If you want to come hang out with me live on stream, again, just
Well, buying something you don't need isn't necessarily financially irresponsible. Buying something that hurts you is financially irresponsible. Otherwise, it's just you spending, like, I have money and I'm gonna spend it on a bit of recreation. You know, that's fine. If you have money, do what you want with it. What do you want with it, man? Like, who's shopping you?
check out the link tree. I've got all the links for that there. I stream on Twitch, and I also have a live channel here on YouTube where I post all of the stream clips and highlights. So if you don't make it to a stream, you can see everything we did, but edited down so that you don't end up wasting a bunch of time with me like sitting around. So definitely check that stuff out.
How dare you suggest that, Luke? I want to see an entire stream of you just sitting around. You honky man. Yeah, I'm joking, okay? Don't take this out of context.
Out again at the link tree below. And of course, if you enjoy Assassin's Creed and you hope that they don't screw this up, leave a like on the video so that I know there are others out there like me who are just kind of depressed at where we are. Thanks for watching. I love you.
Definitely, Luke. Definitely
I'll see you
depressed
in
at
the
where
next
we
one.
are.
Kisses. Bye-bye.
Oh, what? No.
Together,
Okay. Hold. So, before I say anything else, this video was made by Luke Stephens, as if it's not already appropriately said enough times. If you like this video, he's the one who originally curated this data. He's the one who originally curated this content. Go over to his channel. I'll link it in the description. Link the video in the description. Leave that video a like. Hit the subscribe button on his channel with all notifications turned on. And then, if you like the video you're watching, come back here, hit a like, leave a comment down below with your thoughts. Share this video with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. If you want to know more about me, links to my socials will be down in the description, along with the link to my website, www.nightwalkergc.com, which is where I post opinion pieces and the like. Just things I want to say something on, but I can't make or don't want to make an entire video on. So, also, I am the author of a novel called Dreams of Perfection. This is the one. It's a science fiction, dark fantasy science fiction novel. There's a short description of the novel you can find down in the description, along with a link to buy, along with links to buy the novel. If that's your thing, go check it out. And along with that, if you like this video, please hit a fat like on this one. And if you like this kind of content, where essentially a 22-year-old college student is sitting and rambling on about things he has little to no idea about and playing games very poorly. I think Mobius DLC came out for Assassin, like the Midnight Suns. I think I'm going to play that. So it's Mobbin time. If you like that kind of content, hit the subscribe with the bell icon, all notifications turned on, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye, everyone.